Greetings everyone, my name is Etterville, and welcome back to my Let's Play of Mega Maker. During the last part, I covered 6 Viewer's Mid levels, so in this part, I'll be covering at least 5 or 6 levels that I found on the Mega Maker official forum's level showcase subforum, starting out with this one. Wily Complex by ChaoSquid, 18 plays and a score of 1. So let's see what all of these levels have to offer. I randomly picked 6 levels that I found on the level showcase subforum, that way to prevent some bias, and they're all from different authors as well, so we'll see 6 different styles hopefully, unless we have some really difficult levels. So I can definitely see that we descended into the complex itself, and it seems to be underground as well. What charge shot do we have? Okay, the 5-1, and we have Crash Bomb and Pharaoh Shot. Let's see if this is more of a fortress level or if it's more like a traditional level. Wow, that was an epic screw up on my part. Hopefully that isn't a sign of things to come. That would be terrible. Let's try doing this correctly this time. So far, so good. Wow, that was really lucky of me. I didn't expect to actually hit the target like that. A few doors being blocked off by the Buster, but nothing too bad so far. I wonder if there's a way to access the thing on the left. I see we also have a split pathway over here, taking us to an alternate route. I'm just gonna skip past all of this. Get down here, okay. So that hothead is protected around here. I may need to replay the stage at least once more so I can see some of the extra stuff. Oh, never mind, this loops up back all the way here for those extra goodies. So I guess if you need some extra weapon energy, we'll take the upper route. How do you get up there? Oh, that's how you get up there. Well, I don't think I need access to the M-Tank, so I'll just proceed onwards. The stage doesn't seem that difficult. Also, for some reason, that elect beam trap over there is pointed right into the ground. Also, based off of the description of this level, the tileset and structure of this stage is directly based off of the game Shadow Complex, which was a Metroidvania title. I never played it though, so I can't really do a direct comparison to that. Wow, that was a really slick dodge there, and I still got hit there because of the temporary time you have to wait before you can move again after throwing the Pharaoh Shot. At least the level designer is more generous in terms of the pickups. Oh, I think I understand why we have these doors that need to be opened by using the charge shot, I mean the Mega Buster. Because Shadow Complex, if I recall correctly, they had a similar thing to Super Metroid, or the Metroid games where we needed to shoot open the doors. And I believe some of these Mega Man enemies are acting like analogs to the enemies in that title. Slow and steady, I think, will take me far. Nothing too bad so far. Most of the challenges have been a combination of enemy-based, well, mainly enemy-based, as well as the more platforming segments near the beginning. But this feels more like a fortress level due to its difficulty, and the fact that the gimmicks aren't being introduced in a more straightforward fashion. This stage is kind of expecting of you to understand the gimmicks already. Really generous with the pickups there. And now we have the boss fight, so this is more like a traditional Mega Man level in terms of length, or fortress level. Unfortunately, that's not his weakness. He has no weakness. Boy, this is going really badly now. And that was me screwing up, again. Well, this stage was definitely a little bit more difficult, but it's fine. Unfortunately, it doesn't seem that Napalm Man has a weakness, so I'll need to rely on a combination of the crash bombs, repeated explosions, as well as my charge shot. It still deals a decent amount of damage though, so I can use that to my advantage. Unfortunately, I still ran out of energy. Even though the Crash Man isn't weak against the Crash Bombs, the Crash Bombs still deal 2 points of damage per explosion, so I can deal up to 6 points of damage per each Crash Bomb if I'm lucky. Still, it was a pretty nice stage overall, a little bit more of a fortress level, but there's no forced weapon usage, and I like the sneaky trick there with the M-Tank, where you need to position your shot correctly so you can access the M-Tank. So definitely good work, ChaoSquid. Although if I played Shadow Complex, I'll be able to better appreciate how you designed the level. So I guess this is a bonus for those players. Second on the lineup is Crash Me Some Slack by Parasect, 10 plays and a score of 0. And from what I've heard, this is a sequel to another level in a similar vein. In this case, from what they've stated, you need to lead Crashman onto a level so you can actually reach the end of the stage, or guide him across the stage. But first we start out with an easy challenge right over here where we can blow up all these blocks, just to get our feet wet. I should have not activated that. Hopefully I have enough weapon energy left over in order to proceed onwards. Otherwise if I don't, that'll be a little bit embarrassing. Yeah, oops. Because I don't have enough weapon energy left over for the Crash Bomb in order to proceed there. That was my fault, not the level designers. I guess this is one way of gating your progression. And we also have access to the Metal Blade for some reason. Yes, the number of crash blocks is directly correlated to your max weapon energy for the Crash Bombs. In other words, it's going to fully drain our Crash Bomb energy, so I suppose we'll only be able to use it at the end of the stage, just so that we don't break something. Fine with me, I suppose. And now we have to race against Crash Man and actually guide him with the Metal Blades. And we can actually force Crash Man to throw his Crash Bombs by the shooting or pressing the shoot button. But of course, he will automatically try shooting at us once if we take too long. Neat, now we just need to guide all the projectiles in the correct direction so we can get by the stage correctly. Easier said than done though, as you can see because of stuff like this. At least there are large life energies here, or rather extra lives. Gotta be careful here so I don't destroy the ground though. Very neat challenges actually, having to guide the Crash Man correctly. Come on over here please. Thank you. Gotta be a little bit careful here so Crash Man doesn't just destroy the ground beneath me. And I need to make sure that Crash Man doesn't just telefrag me, or shoot me right in the mid-ground. Come on, fire here please. Get closer, Crash Man. Hello? Oh. That's why. I didn't realize that was there. Neat, the challenges are getting a lot more creative with the positioning of the Crash Bomb. Oh, I need to do it here now. And now we teleport on to the next segment, and instantaneously die. Why do we instantaneously die? Oh, I guess it's to... That's really clever, that's to make sure that Crash Man despawns here. Go back, I see. Fair enough, I suppose. I guess that was just there for the sake of something. And now we go on to the right and go to the next Crash Man segment, I suppose. Yep, here he is. I don't think you can actually spawn or place multiple instances of the same boss in Mega Maker, unless you manually edit the level in a text editor or something. Whoops. At least I can respawn it this way. Slowly and surely the challenges are getting more difficult. Just need to make sure that Crashman doesn't fire at the wrong side, especially with stuff like this happening. And unfortunately, none of these enemies are actually dropping large weapon pickups, which would be super helpful for several parts of the stage. Hello? Thank you. That was a really risky maneuver over there. I need to guide this projectile correctly this time, because I need to make sure that Crashman doesn't destroy these. Nice shot there, I didn't expect you to fire it there. Really thankful of you. But we need to be careful of situations like this, so Crashman doesn't end up just killing us. Nothing more to say other than this is a nice, special challenge space level. Or it's a more unique gimmick-based stage focusing on the metal blade usage and actually guiding Crashman towards your obstacles and actually making it so that you can progress safely. You need to multitask in order to survive this stage, but this has quickly become one of the more unique and favorite levels of this part, so I definitely give this a thumbs up. It's a definite at bare minimum 7 out of 10 in terms of creativity, and I would love to see it taken further in an engine like Magwell 2. Amazing work, Parasect. Smashing job overall. Third on the lineup is The Green City by Sirrhys. 14 plays and a score of 5. I'll call you Sir, or Sirrhys. Sorry for mispronouncing your name. Based off the title, the level will be focusing on green tile sets and green enemies, I suppose. Mostly green tile sets, it seems, judging by the usage of protons. Oh, goody, now we have these enemies. At least we have access to the charge shots. That should make dealing with these a lot less painful. Question mark. Well, I guess we have 2 pathways we can take over here. Hopefully they actually lead to different areas. Unlike what happened with Wily Complex, but that was for an extra goodie. And there was a neat secret there. So far, enemies are being introduced in safe environments, like we fought the Ben K in a static environment without the conveyor belt. Now we're fighting both of them at once. And this is where the pathways loop up again. But of course, I want to take the other pathway to get that E-tank. And I suppose it's the harder pathway, so I'll go all the way back to the beginning. Damage boosting time. After all, the Ben K spear, or whatever the thing it's spinning, is a lot less damaging than the Ben K itself. This is definitely a little bit harder, but that's more so due to all the picket men everywhere. And this links up back over here with an E-tank. Suits me, I suppose. The fire bars here are a little bit desynced though. I'm not sure if you're intended to be able to shoot the crazy cannon from here, but it makes it a little bit easier. 2 pathways. I get the feeling there's something important up there. Oh. I can't actually shoot it from up here, and I need to go all the way up here. I need to access it from the left side in order to actually hit the Tomahawk block. That's a clever way of blocking it using the count bombs. And now protecting the other enemies too. We have no way of damaging it because these count bombs will block everything. That's a neat way to have half-block barriers, I suppose. And now we backtrack. That's a neat way of having this sort of challenge I haven't seen before. Well, maybe I've seen it used once or twice, but not to this extent. Well, it's better than falling into the spikes, I suppose. More Benkeis. Oops, that's not what I meant to do there. If you keep the count bombs up, it makes this challenge a lot easier, but if you accidentally trigger it, it makes it a bit harder. Specifically because you have to now slide under the conveyor belt. I get the feeling there's a boss fight coming here, so I will restart here. Infinite lives for the win. If this was a classic Mega Man game, I would have taken my chances against Crashman. Alas, overall, pretty fun stage. Overall, this stage focused more on its green background aesthetic, but I did like the minor challenge over there using the count bombs as shields for enemies. I would like to see that gimmick taken further, because other than that, and the fact we have an alternate pathway that's a little bit more difficult, honestly this felt like a relatively average stage to me, so I won't give it a thumbs up. I'm cracking down on the number of thumbs up and thumbs downs I'm giving on this engine. I'm becoming a little bit harsher. So sorry, Sirrhys. Your level was still solid at the very least. And it wasn't frustrating at the very least. Fourth on the lineup is Toadman's Revenge Battletoads Style by BoltGreywing, 8 plays and a score of 0. None of those levels so far have actually been rather frustrating, thankfully. All of them have been the normal to hard side. Oh goody. Mega Man 2 physics and spikes everywhere. I'm not sure if you can actually make that jump, you have to damage boost. Oh. And the Mega Buster is limited too. Gotta be careful though. And I need to start running immediately instead of stopping. So this is a damage boost stage. A forced damage boosting stage actually. Can I make it this time? Yes I can. A little bit closer than the first one, but it works out, and good thing I didn't hold right there. Oh, I think I understand why it said Battletoads. Because Battletoads has a lot of spikes. What happened there? Engine clipping, of course. If this is going to be another one of those stages which heavily relies on the engine actually working properly, well, I hate to say it, I'll have to skip this stage. Sorry. It's not your fault, BoltGreywing, it's more of the engines. Well everyone, I give up. I cannot complete this stage, so at the very least, I'll just showcase its level design using the level editor. This is a spike-based, precision-based challenge true on true, and you know how much I suck at them and how much I dislike them. And of course, combined with the trifecta of engine issues I keep mentioning, spike hitboxes, dropped inputs, and physics problems with clipping, I don't think I'll be able to complete it without getting really frustrated and spending another half or several hours on this. I'd rather showcase other levels that are more inclined to me. Sorry, Greyhound, or Greyhawk. This would appeal more to people who are more into precision-based spike challenges. I guess I should have expected this based on the title Battletoads, which was a really precision-based game in the first place and had a lot of really difficult moments. Some would say really jerkish moments. I guess that's the end of the stage. So as I said, sorry, I won't be able to claim the honor of completing this. You have bested me again. Might as well save my energy for levels that that'll appeal more to me. Alright, 5th level on the lineup is Nintendo Land by Vivok or Shock. 22 plays and a score of 3. I played a level from Shock before. So let's see how this stands out. Oh, hello there, Mario. I get the feeling there's a secret over there. So let me restart the stage and try getting it. But you can only get it if you're fast enough. Which I wasn't, so I'll just ignore it. I still maintain my M-Tank though. So let's proceed onward, so this will be a special weapon focus stage. Fine with me, I suppose. And we're gonna see a lot of Nintendo characters. Okay, Mega Man 4 charge shot as well. Well, I can get by some of the challenges with several of them using the Buster only, but it's going to be a lot more fun if I actually use special weapons, as evidenced here. For one, I'm bypassing the entire set of challenges by getting on the roof. Let's hope I can actually access the next part of the stage correctly, and yes I can. And I also gain access to the Minus World by doing so, or the Warp Pipe, so... Let's see, which one should I take? I guess each of them focus on which challenge, so let's start out from the left. And visit Minus World. I will need to replay this stage 2 or 3 more times to experience all it has to offer. Hopefully, unlike the previous Minus World, we can actually complete the stage, and it doesn't loop infinitely. If I get stuck, of course, I'll just have to reset the stage. Never mind, there is actually an exit and... oh. Of course. It loops all the way back, that's how they have infinite looping. So let's try some of the other warp pipes this time. Let's try the charge kick challenge this time. So we first have some spikes here. We have train mets. That was too close for comfort. Gradually getting a little bit more challenging, that's for sure. I see a teleport over there, so... a little bit close over there. It'd be a little bit jerkish if I got insta-gipped over there just before the checkpoint. And there I see a turtle. Oh, each of the pathways loops back up to here, I suppose. Well, we already tried Minus World and the Charge Kick Challenge, so let's go into the Mega Buster Teleporter, which just takes us over here. Well, I guess there's only one teleporter left. Let's see where this teleporter takes us. This is a little bit different. Oh hey, Link. I wish the M-Tanks automatically started themselves, so you wouldn't waste them. Now let's see where this takes us, and if we're going to actually eventually teleport to that same region as before. Those are warp pipes, so I suppose that was taking us to a future world. And because this is Link, I suppose this is supposed to be like the Hyrule Fields or something? The Kokiri Forest? Or the Hylian Woods? Really have nothing to say of the stage so far than the fact we have different locals representing different Nintendo franchises and notable Nintendo locations. I need to go through the stage at least one more time in order to see where those other pathways take me. F-O. Oh. So this takes me down to the charge kick pad. That's neat. So if I actually take the teleporter back up here, I can just skip ahead and go into this one and go to this segment. But of course, taking the blue teleporter is the fastest route. Fitting, because usually the rightmost warp pipe, if I recall correctly, the rightmost one will take you to the furthest world. Now we have batons sticking out of nowhere and the scrolling going a little bit wonky. And me falling completely through the world along with that seal. Okay then. That was the engine crowding out again. Once again, physics problems, or rather the collision box deciding to never exist anymore. I get the feeling this happens because of how the screen gets, or the screen boundary gets unset during some of the transitions here. So it glitches everything out a little bit. As you can see here with objects spawning on and off screen. Oh, this is just for the extra life. Well, I'll graciously take it though. Here's to hoping that the stage boundaries or solids don't glitch out again. A lot of enemies here who I can just run past to thanks to spamming my Mega Buster. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to skip it here because of all these enemies. Now I just need to wait for that foot holder to eventually make its way down. Hopefully it does. That would be embarrassing if it doesn't. Because I'm trapped in the room now. Thank you, foot holder. It does take a while though, so I wish there was a way to actually speed up the number or speed up the rate the foot holder ascends, descends, or maneuvers in general. Or have multiple foot holders, that would help too. And there's nothing to face here. Okay, I was hoping there would be something. I guess this is the boss fight, judging by the fact we have an extra life, and no, it isn't. It does force usage of the special weapons, but I'm not sure why. Oh, this is the Mother Brain segment. At least it feels this way because you have to use missiles in order to blow up the barriers. So instead we have the crash bombs. And now we fight Mother Brain, or rather should I say Fairman. Which I will do after I destroy all these beaks. Let me guess, his weakness is of course the crash bomb. Of course it is. After all, Mother Brain was weak against the crash bomb, or should I say missiles as well. So that was the end of Nintendo Land, a stage whose inspirations came from different Nintendo titles. But other than that, the stage felt relatively average, so I won't upvote it. So on to the 6th and final level of this part, Magnet Mountains by LunuLeaf, 32 plays and a score of 7. One of the higher scoring levels of this part. I'm hoping it's a more gimmick-based level rather than a more challenge or precision-based level like Toadman's Revenge was. Nintendo Land was fun, but this felt like it was more of an aesthetic-based level, focusing on Nintendo titles. Of course, specifically my favorite level of this part would be Crash Me Some Slack, of course, due to it being a unique gimmick. I guess we have to go to the right here. Thankfully, we have infinite usage of the crash, or should I say magnet missile, which automatically makes it several times better, because one of the problems with the magnet missile is the fact it has low weapon energy. The fact it has infinite now makes it actually a formidable weapon, especially with stuff like these enemies. And now the damage it deals is more respectable and understandable. As before, the amount of damage you got per each crash or magnet missile was pitiful in comparison to the ammo efficiency. Now it's actually useful. Especially because I can spam it everywhere. Oh, so now we need to guide the magnet missile in the correct direction. And this resets the room somehow. Well, this feels like a more competently made version of Parada's level, which also focused heavily on using the magnet missile. Although here it's a lot more fair because we have infinite usage of the magnet missile. I see what they want me to do here. How do I get this up here? That's how. You need to precisely guide it in, but of course I can spam it, so it's less of an issue. Very clever usage of the magnet missile and guiding it into other enemies, especially the fact we have infinite ammo, really mitigates some of the problems I have with these types of stages. Now I just need to wait for this diagonal enemy to come over here, and I can open my ticket way downwards. This time I gotta be a little bit more careful so I don't destroy the ground beneath me. Damage boosting time. That was really scary, I didn't realize there was a Metar over there. Now I need to wait for this enemy to change its direction. Almost did it. That's how we do it. Slow and steady wins the race. It's a more puzzle-based stage, but I'm not being annoyed by it. It feels on more of an average difficulty, and I feel it's fun. Here we gotta be a little bit careful with the positioning so we can actually guide it correctly. Because we don't want to destroy the platform over there. But we need to time it correctly, though. There we go. Oh, this is where the pathways loop up with each other. And that's how we travel left. That octopus battery tried to kill me there, but it didn't. And now the pathways loop up with each other. Very neat. And I do appreciate that the level author actually bothered to put reset teleporters. That makes the stage a lot less annoying, and a lot more feasible to go through for newer players. That and the infinite usage of the magnet missile. I keep harping on the fact we have infinite usage of the magnet missile, mainly because the basic magnet missile is I feel one of the weakest weapons in Mega Maker at base, because of its low ammo efficiency and DPS. But enough of that, let's actually focus on this puzzle stage that's well designed. Now we have a tougher configuration of enemies to worry about, as we're in the mountains, with the tellies, who we need to guide to be diagonal. I spy any tank over there. I don't think I need it though. Oh, I think I need to keep this prop top alive in order to proceed onwards. And then we use the teleporter as a booster. little bit scary of that maneuver though. Oh, whoops. I need to get that prop top to fall down over there in order to proceed onwards. Wish it moved faster, but slow and steady wins the race, I suppose. If it was too fast, it would be problematic to more casual players. Come down here, please. Thank you. Now, to wait for the perfect moment. I was being silent there because I wasn't sure if I was gonna make it. I need to take care of that Sniper Joe before I can aim it properly. And that's how it's done. I really want to get that E-Tank, so I'll try guiding it over here. And that's how we got the third E-Tank, or rather second E-Tank. I skipped the second one. Oh boy, Sparkman platform. Let's see where it takes us. Mega Man closing his eyes here seems like he's accepting his fate of being crushed into the ceiling. Yikes, a lot of difficult enemies here. But no fear, we have an infinite weapon that's really powerful. After all, it deals 2 points of damage per hit. And we can do stuff like that. This is definitely one of the longer stages, that's for sure. I would expect it to end by now, but it feels kind of like a marathon level. And now we have a boss fight against Toadman, now who we need to use ourselves in order to guide the projectiles. It's a little bit more problematic though because, well, he can actually throw his Power Stone at us. Come on, please jump over here. And now we have a bit of enemy spam, which we can deal with pretty easily. The gumball machine. Need to hold right here so we don't instantly get killed. One more jump should do it. There we go, I didn't want to embed myself in the spikes. If now Toadman could actually use Power Stone on me, I want a damage boost. When do you decide to use Power Stone actually? That was too close for comfort. I really don't like those close corridor precision jumps. And you gotta be careful with this boss fight so don't accidentally destroy the ground that you need to use in order to progress. You can end up basically soft-locking yourself, or rather forcing you to restart the boss battle. Come on, jump to the left please, I need to shoot this. You can jump over here please. Now jump in the hole. Jump in the hole please. Easier said than done, I don't want to be 2 pixel perfect. So close. It's because Toadman has such a large hitbox, it's a little bit harder to guide him in. But alas, it's done. Magnet Mountains, the Marathon puzzle level, or rather an elongated puzzle level, is done. It kinda felt like 2 traditional Mega Man levels back to back, but at least the challenge progression of using the Magnet Missile was pretty nice. We were introduced to the Magnet Missile in easier configurations, and then we had tougher configurations of guiding it. And I did like how the level looped back up to itself. And finally we ended up with that last challenge against Toadman, where we needed to make sure that we destroyed the blocks in correct fashions, otherwise we need to restart the boss fight. and then we ended up dropping him into the pit. So overall, amazing work, LunuLeaf. I would say that this is my honorable mention for this part. And my favorite level of this part would of course be Crash Me Some Slack, for being another unique gimmick-based level, more in the sense that you need to guide Crashman and multitask with the Metal Blade, so you could proceed safely onward throughout the stage without dying or getting stuck. So in the next part, I'll be covering at least 5 or 6 more viewer-submitted levels. Well then, thanks for watching and have a nice day. Toodles!